When guys go through a breakup, they do one of two things. Hit the gym like they're training for a comeback movie or dive headfirst into dating just to prove they've moved on. But girls? They play it differently. Instead of jumping into something new, they hold on to the past, sometimes without even realizing it. She still talks about him. She might actually like you, but if she's still emotionally stuck on him, you're not the guy. You're just a guy. Here are 7 signs that can tell she's not over her ex and exactly what to do if you catch these red flags. You're vibing, talking about weekend plans, and suddenly she drops, "Oh, my ex and I used to go there all the time." Or maybe you mention a movie, and she casually goes, "Yeah, he loved that one." But you need to think, why is this dude getting free ad space in your convo? The famous dating advisor and the owner of Master Attraction, Dan Bacon, have strongly suggested what a guy should do in certain situations. He says, women don't expect a guy to be perfect. Instead, they just want a guy who can make them feel attracted. There are so many ways you can make a woman feel attracted to you during an interaction. Some of them include flirting, using what I call playfully challenging humor, and displaying what I call masculine charm. Most guys make this mistake. They go full-on competitive mode like, "Well, I can take you somewhere better." That's a rookie mistake. Trying to outdo her ex just puts you in a losing game, because guess what? If he's still coming up in conversation, he's still in her head. This isn't a slip of the tongue. It's called intrusive memories, when someone brings up the past without even meaning to. Their brain hasn't fully processed the breakup yet, so those old memories keep popping up like a song stuck on repeat. And if she's not aware she's doing it, that's even worse. Instead of getting jealous or trying to one-up him, call it out in a cool way. You bring him up a lot. You sure you're in the right headspace for this? If she gets defensive, stumbles over her words, or tries to brush it off, you've got your answer. But here's another setting. You're chilling, talking with friends, and someone casually says, "Oh yeah, I ran into Damon, your ex, the other day." Suddenly she either goes ice cold, changes the subject, or worse, starts going off about how much she doesn't care with way too much energy. Now I know what you want to think about it. If she gets mad, you'll be simply thinking, "Oh, she hates him." That means she's over it. No, brother. Strong emotions, whether it's anger, irritation, or forced indifference, mean there's still some unfinished business. The true indifference is, that's when she barely reacts, maybe gives a shrug, and moves on. This is classic unresolved emotional ties. Hate and love are way closer than people realize. There's a thin line between them. If she truly didn't care, she wouldn't waste the energy reacting. That knee-jerk response, it's her brain throwing a red flag. Now your move is don't get sucked into the drama. Just stay chill and say, "Whoa, seems like there's still some feelings there." If she changes the subject, or aggressively denies it, she's probably not even being honest with herself. Aggression might not be the only sign of her not being over with him. Some of the signs can be very subtle, like you're just vibing, being yourself, maybe dancing, doing specific moves, and she decides to drop a, "Wow, my ex used to do that too." Or even worse, "That's so different from what he would have done." And now, instead of just enjoying the moment, you're wondering, why is this dude even in the conversation? A lot of guys make 2 big mistakes here. Some take it as a compliment, thinking, "Oh, I must be doing something right." Others feel like they're competing with a ghost and start switching things up to outdo him. But neither of those moves actually help. This is all about reference points. People naturally compare new experiences to past ones. It's how the brain makes sense of change. But if she's constantly putting you side by side with her ex, she's not fully present with you. She's still mentally stuck in that past relationship, whether she realizes it or not. So, don't get insecure, own it. Maybe get direct. You bring him up a lot. You sure you're looking for someone new or just looking for another him? That kind of reality check can snap her out of it, or at least make her think twice about why she's still holding on to the past. Sometimes it can get subtle to the point where you don't even get to know about it. Let's say, you're talking, just having a normal convo, and she casually drops, "Oh yeah, he went to Miami last weekend." Or maybe she still follows him on social media, accidentally double taps his old pic, or just seems to know way too much about what he's been up to. A lot of guys I know want to go full detective mode, checking her phone or stalking his page to see what's really going on. But this is not gonna work. This is attachment through information. Psychologically, when someone isn't fully over a person, they maintain a psychological connection by staying updated. Even if there's no direct contact, keeping tabs on his life keeps that emotional door open. And you need to call it out. Light, but direct. "You seem pretty updated on him. Didn't know you worked for his fan club." If she laughs but keeps doing it, she's a red flag. If she gets defensive, even bigger red flag. Either way, you just got your answer. Another huge red flag people take for granted is when you don't have labels to define your relationship. You bring up the convo, "So, what are we?" And she tells you, "Let's just go with the flow," or "I don't want to rush things." I know you want to think she needs time, but think about it more deeply. Are you not good enough for her to move on from X-dude? When a girl wants to be with you, she's not confused about it. Some guys take this as a sign to prove themselves, thinking if they just show her they're worth it, she'll commit. Or hope she'll come around. But here's what you need to know. This is emotional unavailability in action. She might not even realize it, but she's keeping things vague because she's not fully open to something real yet. Her heart's still in the past, and you are the "let's see what happens" guy. Give her space. Don't chase, don't push. Just pull back and see what she does. If she really wants you, she'll step up. If she doesn't, you just saved yourself a whole lot of wasted time. Women are too emotional. That's a famous statement. But that emotional state comes in phases. That's not an entire mood. Let's say you're vibing, everything's cool, a song plays, and she zones out. Or you pass by a random restaurant, and suddenly she looks like she just got hit with a wave of emotions. And you're sitting there like, did I miss something? You can think of it like she's sensitive. And maybe she is. But time should do the work. Or some guys try and overcompensate, trying to distract her or cheer her up. But here's the thing. It's not about the song, the food, or whatever random thing set her off. It's about the memory attached to it. The brain links strong emotions to sensory triggers, sounds, smells, places. If these little things still hit her hard, her past relationship isn't just in the past. So don't ignore it, but don't overreact either. Just do a casual checkup. You good? Or is this about something else? If she admits it's about her ex, well, now you know exactly where she stands. There are some girls who keep one foot in the past. She might say she has moved on from the guy, but she still texts his sister, grabs coffee with his best friend, talks about his mom like she's part of the family. And when you ask about it, she tells you, "They're like family to me." This is not being nice. There need to be boundaries in relationships. Some guys get insecure and start feeling like an outsider in her life. Staying connected to his world means she's not fully ready to leave it. Even if she swears it's nothing, keeping those ties keeps him in the picture. And whether she realizes it or not, it means she's leaving the door open. So, confront her about it if you want your chance. You can say, "Are you still in this? Or just keeping a backup plan?" If she's actually serious about moving on, she'll recognize the problem. If not, well, then that's a no. If you're noticing more than one of these signs, you might just be the rebound guy. And trust me, you don't want to be that. You're not a replacement, you're an upgrade. If you need help in how you can make women feel sexually attracted to you, head over to masterattraction.com. Drop your experiences in the comments. I'd love to hear your stories.